Systems airborne.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
GC cubed.
Go.
COM.
Go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Redline monitor.
Go.
Quality.
Go.
Ops safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
AC is go.
Range coordinator.
Clear to proceed.
Launch director.
LC, you have permission to launch.
Proceeding with the count. ALC, verify T0 is set for 11:05 Zulu.
Verified.
OS, start list data capture.
We're at T-minus 15 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. And liftoff of the Atlas V, launching the first interplanetary mission from the West Coast, and NASA's InSight, the first outer space robotic explorer to study the interior of Mars.
Controls. Good. Check the pressures and RPMs. Expect the dam at this point. RD-180 continues to look good at this point in the mission. Check the pressures, pump speeds, expected regions, extra ratio, controlling within expected parameters.
The RD-180 engine providing 860,000 pounds of thrust.
Vehicle body rates continue to look good. All booster systems look nominal at this point. Mach 1.
The rocket is now traveling faster than the speed of sound. Coming up the rocket, we'll enter max Q. This is the point where mechanical stress on the rocket reaches its peak because of the rocket's velocity and resistance created by Earth's atmosphere.
Coming up on the throttle down. Booster has throttled back, right on schedule. Signatures look good. Pump speeds, injector pressures continue to look right within band. Body rates controlling down the middle. Current altitude is 13 miles, downrange distance 7 miles, current velocity 1,965 miles per hour. Closed loop guidance has begun.
The first part of the flight was pre-programmed trajectory. Now the rocket is giving itself feedback on its flight path.
And Q alpha steering has begun. Body rates look good. Pump speeds, injector pressures, all within band. RCS pyro valve has been fired. System is now pressurizing flight level. Signatures look good. Current altitude is 30 miles, downrange distance 43 miles, current velocity 4,542 miles per hour.
You are looking at a live view from the Atlas V rocket. The RD-180 engine continues to burn.
Flight rates continue to look good. RD-180 still performing well. Q alpha steering has been completed. Booster is now 1/4 of its liftoff weight. Currently flying at 4 Gs acceleration. Boost phase cool down has begun. Pogo pyro valve has been fired. Moving the throttle to 5 Gs.
We're 3 minutes 50 seconds into flight, and we're nearing booster engine cutoff, or BECO.
Back to 4.6 Gs in preparation for BECO. Boost phase cooldown has completed. And we have BECO. Shutdown looks good.
And the RD-180 engine on the first stage of the Atlas V has shut down.
Stage separation. We have box and fuel pre-start. The GN2 purge firing of the RCS is underway. We have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10.
And the second stage engine, the RL-10, has ignited.
And we have indication of payload fairing jettison. Looks like a good step.
And the payload fairing that was encapsulating the InSight spacecraft has been jettisoned. The RL-10C engine, the second stage of the Centaur, continues to burn.
And
You're looking at
Centaur's
live animation telemetry
body rates look very good.
of the Centaur second stage on its flight path.
Our GN2 purge firings underway for thermal conditioning. Pump
As you can
speed
see to the bottom right of your screen, the flight path of the rocket.
discharge all been banned for the SET-MR. And a quick look at the booster stage performance shows a very nominal booster.
For those of you that are just joining us, we had an on-time liftoff of the Atlas V rocket carrying NASA's InSight spacecraft, as well as two small CubeSats called Marco.
All look good. This portion of the burn. This burn is scheduled for 8 minutes and 56 seconds in length.
You are looking at a live shot of the Centaur second stage, the RL-10C engine providing thrust.
And the RCS line temperatures are warming to throttle temperatures as expected. Centaur now controlling just slightly fuel rich. Chamber pressures, LOX pump discharge, and fuel venturi all within band.
We're at 7 minutes, 15 seconds into the flight. InSight being taken to its trajectory. This will be the first of two burns of the second stage.
All Centaur systems look very good at this portion of the burn. Up on the roll to optimize to Tidris East.
And Tidris East is a tracking data relay satellite east.
And the RL-10 again continues to perform very well. Again, requesting a fuel-rich condition at this point in the burn. Chamber pressures, LOX pump discharge, and fuel venturi, all parameter. RCS line temperatures have nearly achieved bottle temperatures. Continue to see our thermal conditioning firings on the RCS. Tank pressures are stable. Body rates look good. Storage bottle levels are excellent.
We are just over 9 minutes into the flight of InSight.
And Centaur PU is now controlling at a nominal MR. Engine response looks good.
You continue to see the flight path on the bottom right of your screen.
Centaur is currently flying at an altitude of 136 miles. Downrange distance is 1,261 miles. Current velocity 14,066 miles per hour.
This trajectory of the flight path will put the spacecraft and the Centaur in a park orbit before crossing the equator. It will go around the southern tip of South America. It will cross the southern edge of the Atlantic Ocean, come up over the Indian Ocean to the east of Africa, and cross over India.
Continues to control near nominal. RL-10 performance is as expected for the SETMR. Centaur is currently at an altitude of 131 miles. Downrange distance 1,461 miles. Current velocity 14,790 miles per hour.
We're coming up on about 1 minute left in the burn of the RL-10 of the second stage.
1 minute remains in this first burn. Centaur PU controlling near nominal. RL-10 chamber pressure, LOX pump discharge, and fuel venturi, all appropriate for the SETMR. RCS line temperatures look good. Still seeing thermal conditioning firings.
And we are now 13 minutes into flight, very close to the second stage engine cutting off for the first time for one of two burns that it will
Centaur
take.
is now orbital. And we have MECO. Engine shutdown looks good. We have 4S settling motors on.
And you just heard confirmation from United Launch Alliance, Marty Malinowski, that we've had MECO. The second stage engine has cut off for the first time. The first burn of the second stage, RL-10, being complete, we now begin the long coast phase of this mission. The coast phase will end when the RL-10 engine ignites for the second time for over 5 minutes. Start of the second Centaur burn will begin over northeast Russia. The end of the second Centaur burn will be completed over the northern Pacific Ocean. After the end of the second burn, we'll coast for about 9 minutes so that the Goldstone Deep Space Network is in view for the separation events of the InSight spacecraft and the two Marco spacecraft that are traveling along. And that will happen over northeastern Pacific Ocean off the coast of Oregon.